Water.
It's all water, right? And where's it going? It's going up, right? If you look in our ceiling, we have a special opening to let the water out. If we didn't have that, we'd all be in a big cloud and then it would start raining in here. It sounds fun, huh? Now, if you do this at home, you gotta cut a hole like that in your ceiling. Otherwise, you take the wallpaper off and ruin your house. So. Anyways, if we get rid of enough water, this is gonna turn into syrup. And I don't go by the color. I actually have a thermometer in this last compartment. And that will tell me that this is increasing in temperature while at the boil. So it starts at 212, that's the boiling temperature of water and sap. And then it gradually goes up to 7 on that thermometer, and that's the boiling temperature of syrup. When I get close to 7, what I'll do is actually draw off a batch, and then we take it in the house, and we have a little evaporator that sits on the stove in there, and we can actually filter it, boil it to the perfect temperature, and then bottle it. The reason I do it in there is because when I get to that point, I can't shut the stove off, can I? I can't turn the fire off, and I can't take these pans off, they're too big and bulky. And if I go beyond the syrup point, then when it cools, it'll harden into candy. Ugh. We don't want candy, we want to keep it liquid. One other thing we do is sort of grade the syrup. This is some syrup that we made here. And just based on the color, we compare it to a sort of a standard. This would be early season light amber fancy grade A. Here's some grade, no, not grade B, medium amber. This is dark amber. And finally we get to grade B. Same sugar content, same sweetness, but as the season progresses and the trees sort of wake up and draw more minerals out of the soil, the sap gets darker, the syrup is darker. And it also gets more flavorful. Now back when I was a kid in the 1700s, people used to make maple syrup not for the syrup for their pancakes, but because they wanted sugar. They'd try to make a block of nice white sugar and use that as an alternative to buying cane sugar, and spending money and supporting the British and all that. So they wanted it as flavorless as possible. You just wanted it sweet. Can you imagine if the only sugar you ever used was maple? You'd get pretty tired of maple real quick. Maple coffee. So that's why this has always been more valuable and more expensive. And also, you only get it at the very beginning of the season, and then the tree, as I say, starts making darker sap. Now you'll notice that while I've been talking, this fire is just about gone out. This is it's supposed to be a real hot, fast fire as opposed to, say, your wood stove at home. It's more like a steam locomotive. You just keep shoveling the coal or the wood in and try to keep it as hot and fast as possible. Are you freezing? So that's the plan anyways. Does anybody have any questions at all?